Well, good Monday morning, or afternoon now. Happy Martin Luther King Day, and I'm glad that you guys that are off celebrating. The rest of us are celebrating while on. But it's a perfect day to talk about this. This is Andy Vabora with Travel Lane County, and the 29th of January is what?
The National Plan for Vacation Day. I'm sure it's on everybody's calendar, and if not, it should be, because it's an effort by the U.S. Travel Association to really get people to think about the fact that they need to take a vacation. If you take a vacation, you get out, you're healthier, you're more productive, and a lot of Americans have this mindset that I got to be at work, I can't take a vacation, I won't get that promotion. And so National Plan for Vacation Day is an opportunity for people to think about planning that vacation, and they have found through research, if you actually plan your vacation, you're more likely to take it.
See, and do you know how many of you guys don't take your vacation? What the heck is wrong with you? I mean, you get time off and you don't take it because you think you're going to get something for it. You need to take your time. So here's the thing Andy and I are doing. So you don't have to necessarily go on a big trip to Tahiti, Danuta. You could actually stay right here in Lane County and do day trips, take some, called a staycation. You could go up to McKenzie and spend a night and then go eat, or you can go over to the Ceta Head Bed and Breakfast, which is, I'd pick that one. Or you can go to Cottage Grove and then to a theater experience. So we're gonna show you some different things that you could do and talk to some folks to kind of give you an idea.
Yeah, and in fact, this is a number that'll blow your mind. 700 million unused vacation days by Americans each year. So we want you to get out, as Rick said, find something new that's going on here in Lane County. We're going to give you some ideas about that today. And if that doesn't spark something for you, we'll give you some other resources that are available through our Adventure Center staff.
Yeah, so they got, and we're going to tell you some things going on here locally, all the way from Florence to all the way around here. We'll tell you about that in just a second. But we're going to start with Robin and Danuta Pfeiffer. Robin, come over here. Come here, buddy. You guys, we're at Pfeiffer Vineyards, and
Hello.
Thank you for having us out. And they even have this super nice look warm fire over here. They put a fire in here, and I'm going to have you show me this room. But talk to me about what you guys are doing, what's coming up, and what some day events people could come out for you guys.
Well, one of the things we're doing a wine and food pairing clinic.
Is this on the 2nd?
This is on the 2nd
Of February.
of February.
So what is that? What does that look
Well,
like?
we're going to have all these glasses and all these wines, and then people are going to experiment with tastes of salt and sweet and sugar and umami and how those fit with wines. And then we're going to have a delicious luncheon by Soraya. So it's going to be like a 4-hour clinic out here in our beautiful pavilion.
So you guys, I'm going to show you this place too. This is the pavilion, right, Danuta?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so look at.
This is the Grand Fireplace Pavilion.
Look at this. But you guys, I got to show you something else, because behind that door, let's go. This is Danuta's little dream. She came up with this whole thing, right?
I did.
Okay.
Here we go.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. I love this. Look.
You go through the cave.
So you guys, this is a cave, but you know what? It's actually like foam.
Yeah, that's the
So
insulation.
that's the insulation foam, but it makes it look like a cave in
Go
here.
through a tunnel.
Now look, and then you come in here. Oh my God. Isn't this beautiful? You guys look at that. What happens in here?
What happens in here stays in here.
Nobody can know.
But it's one of those lingering places. You drink wine, you can have a cheese platter, you can have some wonderful cheese that I make here. You can taste about 7 or 8 different wonderful marshmallows. I mean, you can go out into the water garden by the waterfall and sit there and just muse by the sound of water. What's not to love?
So how many wineries are out in this area? Because I mean, people could spend an entire weekend.
Oh yes. There around us right now. There are 6 wineries. So
Okay.
we call ourselves the Prairie Mountain Wineries.
Yeah.
And we're all within a couple of miles of each other.
Because this is out past Junction City, out High Banks Road.
High Pass.
High
Yeah,
Pass, excuse me.
uh-huh.
And you just follow the signs. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
we've
how
got all the signs, and you spend more time at the wineries than you do in your car.
Now, are there places to stay out here?
There are a couple of B&Bs. There are some Airbnbs, and all of our various websites have all that information on it.
Okay, we're gonna go out here on the other side. because I'm losing my signal, but can I look in here really
Sure,
fast?
sure.
You guys, we're having a low connection, but you know what?
Do our Pinot clinics.
Oh,
This is where we teach people how to taste their wine.
no, that's fine. Hi, Sydney, Australia. Welcome, Marie.
So yeah.
If you come to Oregon, Marie, this is where you want to come.
This is where you sit, and my husband, Robin, teaches Pinot clinics, private clinics, on how to appreciate wine, how to smell wine, how to taste wine, even how to hold a wine glass. There is a science to it.
Okay, I believe you. Robin, I totally believe you. Okay, come here, you guys. So we're at Pfeiffer Vineyards, just outside of Eugene, and we're trying to give people ideas for a staycation because too many of us do not use our vacations. So sometimes you can just take some time off, be at home, and do your thing. So this is the Great Hall right here. And come here, Johnny. Let's do some McKenzie River.
Hey, let's
So
do
this
some
is
McKenzie
Johnny.
River.
Helfrich, right?
Yes, Helfrich.
That's a famous name.
It is. Been on the river for over 100 years.
The Helfrich
Don't I
family.
look good for over 100?
God, you know what, honey? You look great for over 100. You look good for even under 100.
Thanks.
No, you're Prince Helfrich
Prince
was,
Helfrich was my husband's grandfather.
and one of the first guides on the river.
Yes,
eh?
started in 1920.
I even know where the cabin is. I think where he was born.
He was actually born down in the South Coast.
He owned a cabin on there, though, a
Yep.
couple of them.
Yep.
So the
Good
Helfrich
way.
family's still in the guiding business.
They are.
And still in the business of promoting the McKenzie River.
Yes.
Because there is no more beautiful, clean river than the McKenzie River. Am I
It's
right?
wonderfully clean. It's our drinking water for Eugene Springfield. It's just that clean.
So there is a McKenzie River Chamber of Commerce.
There is.
And you guys tell me some of the cool things you have going on up there.
We have festivals, or 7 different major festivals every year that we like to promote. And we're happy to have folks come upriver. This time of year, it might be hard to think about rafting on the McKenzie because it's a little chilly, but you can go up. We have 13 different lodges that are members of Travel Lane County, and some are members of the Chamber that have wonderful warm fireplaces.
Great
and
places to
Great
stay.
places to stay, great places to eat. Wonderful places to hike year-round and
you're
ride bicycles.
You're close to the snow, so you could go to Hoodoo, get ski passes to Hoodoo, and then stay down at McKenzie Bridge, go have pizza at Dakota's, go to the McKenzie store, McKenzie Bridge store.
And they have Obsidian Grill there.
They have
that
beer.
Has, yes, and
Good
really
beer.
good food.
They have really good. Andy and I are kind of into beer, so they have really good beer. That's important. I mean, beer is important. Good
It
beer is
is.
important. So, in terms of the McKenzie, what is your biggest? I love the Drift Boat Festival. And-
Well, now, it's the Wooden Drift Boat Festival. That's in usually the first opening weekend of fishing season, so late April, and that is at Eagle Rock Lodge.
And you've got Chainsaw
We also
Festival.
have the Chainsaw Festival in August. We have the McKenzie Lavender Festival, which is actually a statewide event, but McKenzie River Lavender in Walterville also hosts. That's in mid-July, usually. The Walterville Waddle. which
That's my
is-
neighborhood.
That is your
I didn't know I had to waddle.
You got to waddle. There's a parade and a function
Oh,
to
yeah.
celebrate. Yeah, you've ever tried to drive through it on a September?
Yeah, I go the other way.
September 8th or whatever. But
So this
we've
is
got-
Marie. See her?
Yes.
Marie is in Australia. She's watching from Sydney, Australia, and she's
Hello.
coming in July. So Marie, you need to come to Pfeiffer Vineyards, and then you need to go up the McKenzie, and we can tell you more about that
We
too.
can
but-
take your whole family rafting.
yeah, you
or
will love
fishing.
this. And while you're here, we're not done. If you want to take a little trip to the coast, I've got the greatest place for you to stay. And if you're in Australia, you have to stay here. This is Misty, and she's with the Head Lighthouse Bed and Breakfast. Did I say it right?
Ceta Lighthouse Bed and Breakfast.
I was close. I've stayed there, and but Maria, let me tell you, Marie, you need to make your reservations now. You guys book up fast, and it's the 125th year.
Yes, we're celebrating 125 years. This year we have many events going on, from speakers in the parlor to talk about the history, to the Light Station birthday party on March 30th. We have brunches that are open to the public where we feature our 7-course breakfast. We have seven.
Seven.
An hour and a half of eating.
I'm not kidding you. And you don't need to have lunch that day.
Yeah, no. And then we have sunset wine tasting, and we are celebrating National Lighthouse Day. We have wedding open houses, all kinds of great things going on.
So what's your website, just for people?
HacetaLighthouse.com.
And Heceta is spelled Heceta.
Yes.
It's a Spanish word.
Portuguese.
Is it Portuguese? See?
Named after the explorer who discovered Ceta Head.
I love your place. And the lighthouse is right there. You can walk up in at night. Well, they
Yes.
say now, when I was there, it's haunted. I have friends that have heard noises up in that upstairs little area, and Michelle took me up there. And I
Into
didn't
the
s-
attic?
Yeah.
You got to go in the attic?
Well, no, she took me up in that room, and the attic's up in there, but there's like a little rope thing that goes up there.
Yes, yes. We are well known for being one of the most haunted places on the coast, probably in Oregon and maybe even the whole West Coast.
But you don't charge for ghosts.
We don't.
Yeah,
the
it's
ghosts
ghost
are just
free.
part of the family. They help clean up. It's great.
So you guys, again, and then when you go stay there,
Yeah, if you stay the night, we host a wine and cheese social, and then you can go up to the lighthouse tower after dark and you can see the beam spinning around. It's very cool.
great hiking in the area, and you can go to Florence, which is only a few minutes south, and get your dinner and food, or you can go to Yahats, where Michelle, the owner, happens to have a restaurant called Ono. We won't do a little promo for it, but Ono is really good, very good food. Her boyfriend is chef.
Yeah, Chef Anthony.
So you can't miss it. So thank you. Oh, it's a great place. And so we should sit down because we got the fire behind us. Ugh. So if you like theater and you want some amusement, Cottage Grove is the place to go. So introduce yourself and what you're doing.
I am Susan Goes. I'm the executive director of Cottage Theater and Cottage Grove, and we have a very exciting year happening at CT. We begin our season with Romeo and Juliet, the timeless tale of two star-crossed lovers, which is a wonderful excuse to trot out some great period costumes. And probably the favorite part of our actors is that there are like 3 or 4 big sword fights. So they are all having fun playing with swords.
Playing with weapons.
Yeah.
Yes. So you guys have been around how long?
This is our 37th season in Cottage Grove. We began life very simply in 1982 under a parachute. A few people got together and said, gee, it would be fun to put on a play. And no one had a barn, but someone did have an Army surplus parachute, and so the first production took place in 82. But unfortunately, a big Oregon wind gust came along and blew away the first Cottage Theater.
So Oregon
the second weekend.
drama
Yeah.
destroyed the theater?
Yeah.
What do you say? That's so Cottage Grove.
Yeah, yeah.
And you guys, and Cottage Grove has great places to stay and really good food. Jack Sprat's. I mean, I could go on and on and on about places down there to eat. Lots of covered bridges. The covered bridge capital of
absolutely,
Oregon.
yeah.
So when you're not in the theater, you're traveling around, hanging out at the town. Their armory is Art Deco. The community's fixing it up. It's absolutely stunning, and it's just a cool little community. And you guys really do take care of each other. I love that.
We do.
So one other thing I want you to talk about real quick. You got a little remodel coming up here.
We have, it's not little, it's quite
Yeah,
big.
major
So we have
renovation.
Romeo and Juliet, then we do The Sound of Music in the spring, and that will be our farewell production to our current space.
So long,
You
farewell.
get it, you got it, yes.
The theater's gonna change. Good night.
Why weren't you at auditions last week, Rick? Yeah, we could have used you.
I've seen
yeah.
that a couple of times.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's cool. So what's the dollar figure on this thing?
We are, it's about a $1.8 million project, yeah. And we are going to be totally revamping our auditorium to add 50 seats because we've been selling out a lot of shows. We want to make room for more people. We also want to improve the sight lines, and we're going to redo the sound system so that every patron has a wonderful seat and a wonderful view of the stage and can hear everything clearly. So we're really, really excited
All right,
about
so
it.
how do they find out and get tickets to the February 1st and so on?
The easiest way is to go onto our website, which is www.cottagetheater.org, and we spell theater the R-E way at the end.
So
Which
you
is
know,
the proper
you know what
way,
you
of
can do? You
course,
can
yeah.
go in and find this and put it in the comment section, and that'll give people the way.
Oh, super.
Thank you for
Okay.
coming out today.
All right, my pleasure.
All right, now so we got
one more. We got one
I know. I see a surprise visitor. Go ahead, Andy.
But I need to kind of prep this. So one of the things at Travel Lane County that our boss does for all the employees at Christmas is we get a $100 stipend, and we can buy logo wear like these shirts with the logo and things like that, or we can go out and experience something in Lane County that we've never experienced as staff, and then come back and report to the staff about it. So my wife and I have been planning planning a vacation. This is what this is all about.
Is this a staycation?
Staycation, and we're going to head up to the Westford Lodge. So who do we have next to talk about the Westford Lodge? This is Tracy from the Westford Lodge.
I've stayed there.
I've seen your video. You've come and visit us before.
Oh my God, I love your place. It's such a cool, tell them what it is, what it was.
So the Westford Lodge was the historic office building for the lumber company in Westford. And so right across the street is the longest covered bridge in Oregon, which is the Office Bridge. It's bright red.
Beautiful.
And our lodge is across the street. We're blue, and it's called the Westford Lodge and Mountain Market. And I'm the new owner. So I just took over the property right at Thanksgiving. So I am brand new.
Okay, we're going to be besties.
area.
Yeah, no. It's a beautiful place.
Thank you.
Oh my God. And you guys are right on the cusp. Like you go from their place over the bridge. There's a walking thing. You can go over the bridge.
Yep.
And then you're right on the best mountain bike trails in Oregon.
Yeah,
in the West Coast, actually.
The Alpine Trail, we're the only ride-in, ride-out accommodations in the Oak Ridge, Westford area. And so we're right at the base of the Alpine Trail. The North Fork, the Middle Fork, the Willamette. It's a mouthful, but the North Fork is right outside our door. It goes along the Route 19, which is the Ofterheide. You could take that scenic route over the mountains and find yourself into the McKenzie zone. So
and the Ofterheide is one of the best road bikes. I'm a road cyclist. One of the best road bike rides that you have in Lane County. I mean, it's phenomenal. And you can go from one side of the McKenzie and have breakfast, and then you can go over to Oak Ridge and have lunch in Westford.
Yeah.
And you could do whatever you want. We spend the night at your place, and then we go back. So it's very cool.
Awesome.
Well, God, you're really young to take on this big adventure.
Yeah, well, I just moved down from Alaska, and so in Anchorage, I was overseeing 5 lodges and 2 national parks in Alaska. So this is something that I'm very familiar with, and I'm excited to start my own journey here in Oregon.
Well, welcome.
Thank you.
You'll have so much fun. And they have, again, I'm sorry, but they have a really great brewery there.
They do.
Yeah,
Yes.
and the pizza place they're nicest people. And the coffee shop, I could go on and on because I just had coffee. Here's another video I just produced in Oak Ridge. So anyway, good. Well, it's nice to have you.
Thank you so much.
Okay,
Thanks for
so
having us. Come
Westford
visit
Lodge,
us.
you can find it online. It's really easy. So, Randy, where are we now? We're at Pfeiffer Vineyards. She's from the Westford Lodge. We've had people from all over. You're going to have to go back and watch this. And the other thing is, Andy's given away $25. Was it 2?
Sure.
I can't remember what I put on there. There's $25, whatever I put on the thing, $25 gift cards. And what you can do is go into their Gateway Adventure Center, and they have all kinds of Oregon products in there. So you can win this. So how you win is you tag 2 people in the comment section, 2 people, that's 2, not 1, 2, tag them, and then write us a comment and say, what's your adventure in Lane County that you like to do for a staycation, just for a day trip? Because you'll help others who are in here going, giving them ideas and stuff to do.
Yep, sounds good. It's
So
a
what
great
else
place.
is-
They get Oregon wine in there. They've got books on hiking. They've got all sorts of maps and
And it's
great
right,
information.
It's right over next to Best Buy in Springfield. So that's the Gateway Adventure Center, $25 gift certificate, and we'll tag 2 people and tell us what your staycation is, what you do in Lane County that you love to do that others need to know.
All
Okay,
right.
what else is happening, my man?
Hey, there's so much going on. I put together a quick little list here, but if you've been around town, you might have seen some of the 4,000 volleyball players that are here for the Matt Hartner Classic again.
They're
Remember
always
these
jumping like that, they're through town.
You covered that last year.
I
That was a
did.
fun
That was
event.
really fun.
Yeah, that was good. This is a kind of fun one. Block 15 Bonanza at the Beer Stein. So Block 15 Brewing, which is out of Corvallis, so it's not in Lane County, but the Beer Stein is in Lane County in downtown Eugene, and they're having a Bonanza January 24th through the 26th featuring Block 15 beers. Also coming up 24th through the 27th, they're just a great festival, the Oregon Truffle Festival, and the Joriad Truffle Dog Championship happens on Thursday over at the Lane Event Center. So you can go watch these truffle dogs in action, and then head to the Truffle Festival over the weekend at the former Eugene Hilton, now the Hotel Eugene, soon to be the Graduate.
That's a really fun thing. The truffle thing, we did a thing with them last year. That was really fun.
That is
Great
great.
event.
The Florence Winter Music Festival, that's coming up this weekend as well. John McEwen of the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band is the headliner on Saturday night. We'll post a link with John welcoming everybody to that festival. And then on Sunday of that event, the Oregon Gospel Choir, directed by Andy L. Brown and Laura Murs. So some great gospel music on Sunday of the Florence Winter Music Festival. I want to put in a plug to plan ahead. This is out into February, middle of February, the 34th Asian celebration happening back at the event center.
Okay.
So that's a great opportunity to great food, great cultural displays, music, the whole works out there, middle of February. Theater, we were talking about theater earlier. The Very Little Theater, they're in the middle of their 90th season.
Jeez.
And they've got Blythe Spirit going through February 9th. So if you want to see that, be sure and get tickets.
And that's in Eugene.
That's in Eugene, yeah, Very Little Theater. This is another kind of beer one. We're on this beer theme.
Right.
You mentioned beer, and it's on my mind. Chow Pizza and Claim 52 are doing a 6-course dinner paired with Claim 52 beers, and that's on January 30th. So those tickets are limited if you want to go to that.
Mercy and Jeannie were telling me about this the other night. I was at Claim 52, and they're telling me about that.
All right.
It should be really fun.
And one last plug, our Oregon Sports Summit Series. This is put on by the Eugene Cascades and Coast Sports Commission. They used to do an annual educational summit, 2-day summit. Now they've gone to these quarterly meetings or half-day meetings. This one's at Venue 252 on February 8th from 1 to 5. It's only $10. If you are associated with a sports team, you're an athletic director, you're a coach, you want to learn about how to fund your event, that's what the theme of this one is going to be about.
And this is also for like bike clubs or, like any organization that you want to do an event in Lane County, they'll help you figure it out. Because there's a lot of details that people don't think about.
Right.
Like, I'm going to have a bike ride. Yeah. Well, there's a couple things you need to understand, and that's what they'll teach you at this.
Yeah, the Oregon Sports Summit Series, the Sports Commission staff, as Rick said, is just phenomenal about guiding you through those process of getting permits, or in this case, finding help sponsoring your event so you can put it on. So be sure and look that up, OregonSportsSummit.com.
Okay, guys, again, so share this on your page, and if you want a $25 gift certificate, put on there, or to get entered to win, put in 2 names, tag 2 names on there, and then tell us what you like to do in Lane County. Hey, Danuta, can I get you one more time just because I want to thank you for opening your arms and your place to us?
Well, you're very welcome. Come on out and see us anytime.
Okay, so February 2nd, if you want to learn how to pair wine, so when you go to some place and you're trying to figure out what wine, you won't look like a dummy.
That's right. We'll have
There's nothing worse than looking, I don't know, the red one? Can I get the red one?
and tip, that white wine doesn't always go with fish. See?
We should just leave it just like that. Say it one more time.
White wine doesn't always go with fish.